There's a small town nestled on the edge of the Blackthorn Forest, a place locals avoid during the full wolf moon. Legend has it, a pack of spectral wolves roams the woods on this night, their howls echoing through the trees. But these wolves aren't ordinary. They're the cursed souls of those who betrayed their kin. In 1978, a group of teenagers decided to test the legend. Armed with flashlights and bravado, they ventured into the forest. Hours passed and only one returned. Shaking with fear, he claimed they had heard howls all around them, growing closer and closer. Then the wolves appeared, their eyes glowing like embers, their bodies fading in and out of view. His friends ran, but the wolves gave chase. He never saw them again. The next morning, search parties found no trace of the teenagers. All they discovered were paw prints leading deeper into the forest, prints that started human and ended as wolf. In a remote village in Eastern Europe, the elders whisper about the lunar curse. It is said that under the full wolf moon, those who harbor hatred in their hearts transform into wolves. The curse dates back centuries to a time when the village was plagued by betrayal and bloodshed. One fateful night in 1853, a man named Victor returned to the village after being wrongfully exiled. He had vowed vengeance against those who cast him out. As the full wolf moon rose, his body twisted and contorted, bones snapping as fur sprouted across his skin. He became the first of the cursed, attacking those who had wronged him. To this day, villagers report sightings of wolves with unsettlingly human eyes during the full wolf moon. They warn, never harbor ill intentions on this night, or the curse might claim you too. On the rocky shores of Maine, there stands an old lighthouse, abandoned for decades. Its last keeper, Samuel Drayton, vanished during the full wolf moon of 1922. According to legend, Samuel had been hearing strange howls carried by the wind for weeks leading up to his disappearance. He wrote in his journal that the sound seemed to come from the sea, growing louder each night. On the night of the full wolf moon, the howls became deafening. Locals reported seeing a massive, wolf-like figure prowling the cliffs near the lighthouse. By morning, Samuel was gone. The only sign of him was his journal, left open to his final entry. "They're here. I can't hold them back." To this day, fishermen claim to see a shadowy figure pacing the lighthouse, and some hear faint howls when the moon is full. They say it's Samuel, cursed to guard the cliffs forever. Deep in the Appalachian Mountains lies the ruins of a village that disappeared overnight. According to local folklore, the villagers made a pact with a mysterious stranger who promised them prosperity. But there was a condition. They had to honor the full wolf moon with a ritual feast. For years, the village thrived. But one year, they failed to perform the ritual. That night, the full wolf moon rose, and the stranger returned, his true form revealed, a towering wolf-like creature with burning red eyes. By dawn, the village was empty, the buildings eerily intact, but covered in claw marks and blood. Hikers who stumble upon the ruins during a full wolf moon report, hearing distant howls and seeing glowing eyes watching them from the shadows. Few stay long enough to see what's behind those eyes. In the snowy wilderness of Alaska, there's a legend about the midnight hunt. It is said that during the full wolf moon, a ghostly pack emerges, hunting not for prey, but for souls. A trapper named Henry believed it was just a story until he experienced it firsthand. One winter night, under the pale glow of the full wolf moon, he heard the unmistakable sound of wolves approaching his cabin. Grabbing his rifle, he stepped outside to find a pack circling the property. But these wolves weren't ordinary. Their bodies shimmered like smoke, and their eyes glowed with an unnatural light. Henry fired a shot, but the bullet passed through the lead wolf as if it were air. The wolves began to close in, their howls resonating deep within his chest. The next morning, a search party found his cabin empty. The snow around it was undisturbed, except for a single set of wolf tracks leading away into the forest.